Hey everybody and welcome to the first nostalgia for 2020 here on Hack the Dino. We are talking all about Dragon Ball, because Dragon Ball, is it Z Kakarot, I assuming? There's so much Dragon Ball... Jesus, okay, yep. Hi
Kakarot, why did you say that name?
Alright, Vegeta, if you could leave us for a little...
I am the Prince of the Saiyans, you swine!
It's so loud.
Alright, okay.
Shut up, Vegeta.
Back in your box, Chocolate. Let's get down.
I am Prince Vegeta!
Alright, come on.
Who are you?
Okay.
Look, boy!
I'm trying to host this show. If you could please just come back in like 20 minutes and then you can do whatever you want.
I hate you.
Alright. Come on.
Who did that? I don't touch my hair! It's a lot of gel!
Dragon Ball.
You dare touch... Good piece of shit!
Jesus Christ.
He ain't gonna help you, not here.
Alright. So as always, here on Nostalgia, I'm joined by some guests. I'm Brayden, hosting Nostalgia here. I'm joined with Floppy.
Hey guys.
Dan.
Hello.
And Ben's here now as well.
I just passed like some yellowhead guy.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, he was a real asshole, don't worry, man.
Yeah, don't worry about it. It was very loud. Now, Dragon Ball,
Pretty sexy voice, though.
There's been a bajillion games of Dragon Ball overall. Like, countless, many more than I can count.
Many.
40 teens.
Yep, there'd be somewhere around there at least, or probably more, to be honest, with like weird Japanese ports and English ports and things like that. What was your guys' first sort of experiences with some Dragon Ball games? Because you guys would have seen some that I didn't get to see.
What do you mean by that?
Who's going first?
I'm hating to be age-wise, but
Okay, so look, I'll go first. I'm
Go for it.
nearly the oldest. So I haven't played many. I've tried quite a few.
Yeah.
Little bits, but because I never really got into the anime, it didn't hold that thing for me because the anime was too long. I felt like I came in too late. So I'm looking forward to the new one to tell the story of Dragon Ball Z, and I can get into it that way.
That is a good start for it, because this one's looking to be really in-depth with Kakarot, being like a massive, like, I think part of it, because it's a massive RPG, there's like, you can do the stupid, like, filler episode where, like, him and Piccolo learn to drive.
Driving cars, yes.
Yes.
That's awesome.
So that's going to be exciting.
I had a look today. Obviously, people in the US are playing it.
Yes.
But Max Scoville was playing it and just tweeting out random images. And he goes, I just came across Oolong out in the wild at random, sitting behind a rock, reading a naughty magazine.
Wow.
He goes, this is exactly the game I wanted
That's
it to be.
fantastic. That's what I want to play.
Just completely random.
That is the most Dragon Ball thing ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not very good at fighting games, so...
That is another hurting block for everyone who might be into Dragon Ball, but not exactly into fighting games. I found that myself with some of the newer ones, but like, as a kid, I played a bunch on the PS2 and everything. But there was some, like, way earlier. Dan, you were mentioning one.
Yeah, I'm trying to find
the
now.
name of it at least. But
What platform was it on?
you're thinking...
So this is a Super Nintendo one.
There was heaps that came out,
That's not
especially on the Famicom over in Japan.
Yeah.
They had tons and tons of games, and most of them are RPGs.
Yeah, they
and
did have
unplayable if you don't
weird
read
RPGs.
any kind of Japanese. At all.
Yeah.
But there were a few on the Super Nintendo which were tournament fighting
Yes,
games.
yeah.
And they were really, really cool. It's one of the main reasons I got a Famicom way back when, was so I could play these awesome fighting games, because I was a massive fan of the cartoon series when I was younger.
Perfect.
Just as an aside,
Yes.
I was once in a Kamehameha competition at a con. Have I told this story before?
I think early
You've
on
told
the show...
us in another nostalgia.
I'll
Early
tell
on
it
the show.
again.
I'm not sure if it was on another nostalgia. It was definitely on the main show.
Well, I'll quickly tell it now. Because
Go for it.
Me.
I'll bring up a clip of it.
There might be a clip of it.
There is a clip of it. I know there is. Or at least a photo.
It was an Armageddon in Adelaide, and it was a Kamehameha competition, which is where everyone gets up on stage, or people who want to compete get up on stage and yell out Kamehameha doing the movement. So I went out there and did it, and blah blah blah. I got voted down to the last 5 or something, where we had to go one by one all the way through, and we had to do a Kamehameha, and the audience chose who stayed in.
Nice.
So it came up to me, and I went, Kamehameha, and then just stopped and went, to be continued next episode.
Nice. Next time on Dragon Ball.
It got a pop.
Nice.
People loved it.
Yep.
And then I finished it off. And
Nice.
I got through to the final, and I was up against a guy dressed as Deadpool, and I lost to him because he was dressed in a Deadpool costume. But before that, I got to do a Kamehameha with Sean Schimmel and the guy that voices Vegeta and the guy that voices Gohan.
Damn.
So that was pretty cool.
Here's the guy that goes, next week on Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
That cast is excellent. Like as a quick aside, like since like they're cool voice actors who have come down to like a bunch of the weird conventions we get down here in Adelaide, Australia.
You get them still?
Yeah, well, we used to. We don't anymore. I got a bunch of like signatures and stuff from them on like this one big banner and everything, and they were always the nicest people to talk to. They're really chill.
Cool. I like that.
And a bunch of them like do the voices in the games as well, which is dope. Like they actually just commit to doing everything Dragon Ball.
I got Teen Goku's voice actor signed. They had little postcards there.
Yeah.
It was free as well. You just go out and get it. And nowadays, like, you could never get any good signatures for free.
$47 now.
Yeah. He would have been. Like, I can actually have seen him there, like that same guy signing for money now.
That would make a lot of sense. Dragon Ball games happened. My personal favorite, at least, was on the PS2, the Budokai series, 1, 2, 3.
Yep.
I would have been, I'm guessing, like 8 or 9 when I got these. And I just remember the theme song to 2 was as bonkers as possible. And on my old fat CRT, I would turn it up really, really, really loud as the initial like company logos were appearing while my dad was on the computer right next to the TV. And then the second the theme song would come in, it'd be like, and it would like almost break the speakers. There we are.
Sean Schimmel.
Postcard.
Woo.
Did those ones
No, it's free. I was Comic-Con a while back.
Yeah, back when they used to come to Adelaide.
Did those ones get re-released on the Wii?
They did with the Budokai 1 and 3, not 2, which is my favorite, which was sad. They got HD remasters on the PS3 and the Xbox and everything.
Yep.
And then I believe the Wii also had the Ultimate Tenkaichi. I think they got ported over.
Didn't they have with the motion controls?
Yeah, and it was broken as hell.
Yeah.
Like, it was real. Like, I bought one of them for the Wii, and it glitched out in one of the training stages where you had to fly through the rings. The ring just didn't appear. Glitched out, couldn't do it, anything.
Yeah, so it's just the whole game's busted for you.
Reset. It was a game-breaking bug.
I know there's a bunch on DS as well.
Yeah, there's a heap on the DS.
But they also go back. I used to play Goku's Legacy, or the Legacy of Goku, which was an RPG on the Game Boy Advance, which is, by the way, the best console of all time. The Game Boy Advance.
Is it a handheld?
Yeah.
It's a handheld.
It's a handheld.
Does it count as a console, though?
It's a handheld console.
It's a different conversation. The Vita was better.
One of the live shows we do eventually
Yeah.
at a con is ranking the best consoles of all time.
Nice.
So anyone out there who's got a con, how you going?
But yeah, so Legacy of Goku on the Game Boy.
Legacy of Goku, that was really fun.
Yeah.
I couldn't understand it because I didn't understand RPGs a lot at that age.
So
and I just ended up
Goku.
flying around as Goku looking for a fight. And you came
Did
up
you
against
have
little Cybermen. And yeah, I mean, you're playing as Goku. I was 12 at the time, I guess.
I was going to say, like, especially having like played it on the Game Boy and like seen all the games come out in like the PS1 and the PS2 and the PS3 and all the Xboxes and all the PCs and all the handhelds and DSs and stuff. The one thing I've seen quite a bit leading into Kakarot coming out, which actually looks really damn good, is it's more of the same story. So, I mean, as someone who's played through like a couple of the games that have tried to do it differently in the sense of like Xenoverse and stuff like that, where it was the sort of online, but it was also like dimension hopping, but it was also like fixing broken time wibbly wobbly stuff. It was
wibbly wobbly.
Yeah,
They lose me, those ones.
yeah, it got a bit out in the weeds and it lost me, and I think it lost a lot of people, which is why it sort of blew up, came back with Fighterz or Fighterz Z.
Do we have a definitive... How is that supposed to be said?
No
Fighterz.
Fighterz?
It's Dragon Ball Bees.
Bees.
Is it Dragon Ball Fighter Z?
Yeah, Dragon Ball
Z.
Fighter.
I thought it was just called Dragon Ball Fighters.
No,
Yeah,
it's one or the other.
It does have a Z in it?
Fighter Z.
Yeah,
like
but,
Dragon
I think
Ball
it
Z.
matters. Interchangeable.
No, 100%. You can just use whatever.
Fighting
But,
Ball Z.
Dan, I know you picked that one up. No, we played it here a bit.
It's really good. It's just a solid fighting game, like the cool end moves, stage moves, enders as well, and stuff like that.
The visuals of it are bonkers.
So the one I wanted to talk about, which I have not been able to find online, you just saw me there on the phone for this whole thing trying to find. back in the day, like in the 90s, when there was no Dragon Ball Z games that I knew about, I found this one, which was like, so you picked like Vegeta and Piccolo and that, and you were all on screen at a time, and you're up against 4 baddies, and it was just massively zoomed out. So you were these tiny sprites, and you flicked between them, fighting in real time, and it all worked. And you did like the zipping around the screen.
Good Lord.
And I can't find it anywhere. And it was on either, I reckon, NES or something like that. And it was wicked. It took the idea of how Dragon Ball fights work.
Yeah, where they're like flying around and stuff.
So that sounds a lot like Marvel Ultimate Alliance.
Ooh.
Like heaps like it.
You could fly around.
In a bit more of the sense of if you like shrunk them down and then had them like
between
flying crazily.
You have a team of 4 that you travel around with, and they are AI controlled until you take over them.
Yeah. So were they like AI controlled when you weren't in control of them, or
I can't remember. Hey,
think so? I'll try and find some footage for it.
Mate.
Oh man, I'm trying super hard.
If you know what we're talking about, go to the comments below and comment down there. Try and tell us what the name of this game was and where it was. Because
so it was like and if you moved out, the world just moved out and everything got smaller. And then when you zoomed in closer, they got
tiny little sprites.
Yeah, shit.
Much more pixelated.
Yeah,
Pixelated.
There it is.
But I can't find it. I can't find what it is anywhere.
But I was going to say, coming off the back of Fighterz or Fighterz Z, everyone's sort of up on a high on Dragon Ball games at the moment because we got a bloody good one.
Yeah.
And now it's
It's so close to the anime. I think that's what the appeal is.
With
because,
Super.
People like me religiously watch this thing, and then all of a sudden we get to play it. And
I watched the first 14 minutes of it the other day, and it doesn't follow the show straight away. It's like Goku meditating and Gohan walking up and him like reminiscing about his Piccolo fight.
Yeah,
and I'm like, that didn't happen at the start.
Yeah, but you know,
I think it's a tutorial. And
so has it taken
a
slice out of the whole story of Dragon Ball Z, though?
I don't know.
So with Kakarot, it is literally like from everything I've seen from trailers, at least, you are getting basically the entirety of Dragon Ball Z in even the sense of the weird bonkers side quest stuff.
I did notice the dialogue with the fighters when they were talking. The banter between them was really cool.
Yeah,
like so there was like lines that they were just saying and chats as they were fighting and stuff. And I was like, oh, this is kind of cool.
Yeah,
like, so
I do love that sort of stuff. The little extra little details.
I'm gonna put some more effort in trying to find this game.
Go for it.
Apart from that, I played like
Xenoverse, yeah.
And I got that like on the Steam sale cheap, and I fully played it for like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And I was just like, wah, wah, wah.
So what's so bad about Xenophobe? What's so bad about Xenophobes anyway?
A little bit. Xenoverse had some issues in the sense of it tried to take
controls are crap.
Yeah,
really?
it tried to take a real blend into changing it up in the wrong sense. Like, we've had Dragon Ball fighting games in the past where it has been like a 3D space and everything, but Xenoverse just didn't handle it the best way.
It wasn't flowy. Your moves didn't... I was like, oh, stop, power up.
And like, you had like large areas to move around in, but it never really made much sense as to where you were meant to be or where things were.
Was that the one where you had to power up in order to use the move?
Yeah, well, it's kind of all of them, but I mean, it's Dragon Ball. You got to power up, man.
Yeah, but there was something really stop the flow of the game.
Yeah,
like, you'd be hitting all these combos, and then you'd stop.
Yeah, I mean, everyone like
5
even
days.
with like Budokai and everything like that on the PS2 and everything that I remember. Like you always had like your key meter that would build up as you like landed attacks and stuff, but you could also obviously charge it up if you weren't going to get hit. Like you could take that risk of just taking the opportunity to charge up. But
what about Shonen Jump, which also had Frieza and Goku and was Cell in it?
Jump Force. Yeah, Dan, you played through heaps of Jump Force.
Oh yeah, Jump Force. Well, it wasn't. You can't record a Dragon Ball game.
They had them in it.
There were characters in there, yeah.
The thing that Jump Force could have been really good if they just advertised it as the characters fighting without the story. I reckon it would have gone heaps better.
Right.
The story was so gross.
Oh, really?
And they should have Smash Brothers it. You know what I mean? Like, there's no story. Is there a story in Smash Brothers?
No, there
you
is.
can do the Spirit Quest thing.
Yeah, but like, you know what I mean? Like, the whole thing is like, just release characters and announce them. And that's all people wanted to do, was just use these characters fighting each other, having a Shonen Jump off.
Jump Force really could have had a really good tail end if they kept going with even more DLC characters all the time.
Well, also as well, you had the terrain wasn't destructible in it, which really bit me. Like you smash someone into the ground and it breaks, and then it just fades away straight away. And I'm like, come on, guys, you want to destroy buildings.
We've had destruction physics for years now, like really good destruction physics as well.
Yeah, I want to level, we're power beings. I want to see at the end, and I think Fighterz did it pretty well.
Fighterz, you could like smash people through to the next stage,
buildings
and things like
and
that.
stuff, and
Injustice.
Injustice, where you could smash to another part of the stage.
And those enders in that Dragon Ball fighter game were so good. It was so over the top. There's like full cities just taken out and stuff.
You could take off like the top half of a planet. Like it's just bonkers. And them adding like DLC characters and stuff from like you could buy to have Broly because the Broly film came out. Like they handled that excellently.
Yeah, the microtransactions was like $4 a character or something.
Yeah, like there was exactly all it needed.
How good was that Broly film, by the way?
The three of us went and saw it. It was great.
Did we watch that in the cinema?
Yeah.
That was fun, wasn't it?
And then we did a spoiler cast, which you can see over on our SoundCloud.
That went quite good.
It's real good. We were real worried to begin with because we were like, oh man, this seems slow. There's got to be more fighting in this. And then the entire like
second half of it is just a massive brawl.
All one fight.
Do you get much out of it if you don't know huge amounts about Dragon Ball Z?
You know who Goku is, you know who Vegeta
is.
If you've got them...
No, it was for the fans, that one. I don't think
I say the first third of that's for the fans. And then the second half is just, you could be anyone, and if you were walking past and someone was watching it, you'd be like, that looks mental.
You know, for the longest time, I thought Cell and Frieza were the same thing.
I can see that.
Frieza
but like an evolution of...
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I thought Cell was an evolution of Frieza.
Yeah, and then it just continues on to... Every villain is just the same villain, but evolved.
Everything.
Every villain is just I watched an episode every 15 episodes.
Yeah. I mean, like, I grew up with it on, like, Toasted TV and stuff. It was, like...
Cheese TV?
Cheese TV.
Well, it was that's when Jade and Ryan got
Cheese and then Toasted, and then they changed it to something else.
They got too old.
Mm.
Well, how come?
Because they got too old. They aged out.
Yeah.
Oh, we're screwed.
Yeah. Australian broadcast. Nah. I don't have any power here. Are you kidding me?
Oh, me.
Oh, man. Kakarot comes out, was literally out right now. So
is it?
Yeah, go play it.
Tell us what you think.
Go play it right now.
I hope it's on Game Pass.
Kakarot!
I don't know if it's on Game Pass, but you can try it. But yeah, it looks really cool. Taking an RPG style to it. I'm interested in it. We'll see how it goes. I'm sure, go and look at IGN's review. I'm sure Max gave it glowing stuff, or actually knows what he's talking about.
The thing that's going to float that game is the fighting system. If it doesn't have a good, flowy fighting system and fun, it's such a hard idea to try. The Dragon Ball's how they fight.
Yeah.
The people in it. Like, you got such a big terrain. You got such fast movements. You got destruction. Like, I mean... How many times have people been thrown through like a whole bunch of mountains in that?
An absurd amount.
I'm pretty sure every episode I ever watched.
It's like,
which one it was.
Oh no, the major bad guy's here. Let's leave this town and go to another desert. Go to another canyon.
Oh yeah, how many times do they say, let's go fight somewhere else?
Like, okay, we're about to fight. Let's go move so we don't kill thousands upon thousands of innocent people.
And go through 2 mountains and then make a crater like a comet hit the Earth.
Yeah,
and the Earth is fine. That must be a strong planet they live on.
In the Broly film, they do destroy one of the North or South poles by drilling a hole right to the planet core and the lava coming out. So, you know, they suspension of disbelief. Also, they fire blasts out of their fists and fly. So,
you know,
change their hair color.
I know, like that. It's not even expensive.
Like
Dan, how much do you spend on hair?
Too much.
A lot.
Okay. Well, if you want to change your hair color,
an amount that I don't want to put online.
Yeah, true.
I can say his hair, silver. Guess which one costs the most?
Yours.
Yeah. Costs for children.
But yeah, if you want to change your hair color, go check out Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. Available everywhere now. And you can go and relive Dragon Ball storyline all the time, over and over again.
I'm gonna live it.
What a jerk! What a jerk, you pinkhead! Right in the thorax! Bye.
Bye.